They say some places don't just remember the past, they repeat it. And when the sea falls silent, even your own reflection can turn against you. The night was thick with fog when Adrian arrived at the deserted coastline. A violent storm chased him, and the only shelter he could find was an old, abandoned hotel, the Seacrest Inn. Its wooden sign swung in the icy wind, creaking like something breathing. Against every instinct, Adrian stepped inside. The lobby was lined with tall antique mirrors, each one darker than the next. As he walked forward, he felt a cold presence brush past him, and a faint whisper drifted through the silence. "Leave, while you still can." But when he turned, no one was there. Adrian found a room key already waiting on the dusty front desk. Room 103. He never saw a receptionist. It was as if the hotel had been expecting him. When he entered the room, the first thing he noticed was the massive, old mirror facing the bed. Something about its glass felt too clean, too untouched. That night, as he unpacked, he glanced at the mirror and froze. His reflection looked terrified. Adrian's real face was calm, but the reflection's chest heaved as if it had been running. And then, behind the reflected Adrian, stood a tall figure. A man. His clothes were soaked with seawater, his posture rigid, and where his face should have been was only smooth, pale skin stretched into nothingness. No eyes, no nose, no mouth, just emptiness. Adrian spun around, no one there. He barely slept, and the next morning turned horror into reality. When he approached the bathroom mirror, his reflection did not move with him. He raised a hand. The reflection stayed still. He blinked. It didn't. Then the reflection slowly lifted its head and smiled, an impossible smile on a face that shouldn't exist. The reflection stepped closer to the inside of the glass, pressing its hands against it. The mirror cracked under the pressure, as if something inside wanted out. Panicking, Adrian ran down to reception. This time, an elderly man emerged from the shadows. His eyes were sunken, his voice trembling. "You should never have entered that room," he whispered. When Adrian demanded answers, the old man pointed toward the walls lined with mirrors. "This place isn't haunted by ghosts," he said. "It's haunted by reflections." Then he told Adrian the truth. Years ago, the previous owner, a man obsessed with cheating, Death, tried trapping his own reflection to gain immortality. Instead, he lost his face and became a faceless creature forever locked inside the mirror world. But now he hunted the reflections of anyone who stayed in the hotel. Once a reflection escaped, it replaced the real person, and the real human was dragged into the mirror realm. Adrian felt the blood drain from his body. He rushed back to room 103 and saw the worst sight of his life. His reflection was gone. The mirror showed the room, but not him. Suddenly, the mirror flickered violently. When Adrian leaned closer, he saw his reflection running desperately through a dark corridor inside the glass world. Behind it, the faceless man moved with unnatural speed, silently hunting. Then the reflection stopped, turned its head, and stared directly at Adrian through the mirror. Slowly, it walked toward him. With a deafening crack, the mirror split open. Adrian stumbled back as his own reflection stepped out into the real world. Same face, same clothes, same voice, but the eyes were wrong. Cold, empty. The reflection smiled and whispered, "This world is mine now." Before Adrian could escape, icy hands erupted from the broken mirror. The faceless man. He grabbed Adrian and dragged him screaming into the mirror realm. His voice echoed once, then disappeared forever. The next morning, investigators entered the hotel after reports of loud noises during the storm. Room 103 was spotless. Bed made, no broken mirror, no sign of any guest. But a frightened cleaner swore that as he passed the lobby mirror, he saw a man inside the glass, pale, terrified, both hands pressed against the surface, silently begging to be let out.